Man from Brooklyn again. Also, the Deputy Commander for the United States National Reserve Corps. Something disturbed me today that I had to really address this issue on race. And it really bothered me. We had a parade today over here in Alabama. And just so happenly, they requested us to supply them with a Santa Claus. And the Santa Claus just so happened to be white. And in the community where this parade was conducted, it's about 80% black, African American. And, I live around in that community also. And it kind of disturbed me because the Santa Claus we supplied them is part of the United States Reserve, the United States National Reserve Corps. And a retired veteran, he served his country just like everybody else. And at the end of the parade, he confronted me. That was some race comments made consist of this is not your neighborhood, what the white Santa Claus doing here, and some other harsh racial comments I don't even want to talk about that was mentioned. Well, since this person's, he served his country like everybody else, and United States Reserve Corps, we made up of multicultural organization, and when you make a request for something, you get what you get, and just so happening, the Santa Claus just so happened to be white. Well, this is what I'm addressing to the individuals that made that comment, and they're very ignorant. That we here to serve our country, or no, we have served our country. Let me correct that already, because we are 80% retired veterans, and we here to serve the state of Alabama, not a particular group or color or whatever that you got in your mind that you think should fit certain neighborhoods. I served the Army 25 years. Most of us are Army, and we got people in the Navy and the Marine Corps part of this organization. We are the volunteer disaster team for the state of Alabama. And we don't appreciate them remarks. Now, that's a small group. That does not represent the state. That represents a small group. And I feel this way. If you feel that you don't like a particular nationality, you should keep your comments to yourself. You do not address your comments out and openly and yelling at that particular person that was in uniform and the Santa Claus uniform that go back to your neighborhood and stuff. How do you think that person would feel if he go down in your neighborhood and start yelling names at you and using the N word? That particular Santa Claus had his family up there on the float, and thank God he took it with a grain of salt and just let it run off. But he stated to me he knew what he was getting into when he got up there. Kind of mind boggled me. I didn't even think about it until it happened. The state representatives for this particular area was up there taking pictures with him. She didn't think none of it. Why you thought something of it? Well, this doesn't reflect the whole county. It just reflects the ignorant folks. So I can't blame it on you. Got good folks up here, and I'm gonna name the county, Mobile County, Alabama. You got good folks up here in Mobile, Alabama, represent this state real well, and I feel that particular state representatives do not represent that, and we don't have no use for that. So in the future, you people here in Mobile, Alabama, you should keep your mouth shut and keep your comments to yourself. Veterans don't need to hear that. If that was addressed to me verbally, I would cut a hole in you and cut it out. Personally, I attend myself the interracial church. That's the problems we have here in America, that people want to dress their opinion and put certain groups in categories that they think they belong in. Well, let me tell you something. Who give you the right to put a certain group in a certain category where they belong to? I have whites in my family just as well as blacks. That's the case. Who give you the right to say you belong over here or you belong over there? It's sickening, and it made me sick on my stomach. So the only thing I could really do at this time, without chewing you out, because I don't know who you are and I don't care not to know who you are, is pray for you that God will heal your sickness that you have with race. Because it wasn't for Italians and other immigrants and blacks and Puerto Ricans and Hispanics that served this country dearly and died for this country, you would not have the luxury you have today. So this is an important message I want to share with you, and I request that you make it viral. That you don't like certain ethnicity groups You don't belong in our military. We tired of hearing this, that this particular group do that, this particular group do that. We here to serve our country and serve it proudly. So that's why I'm coming out here open and requesting you to put this out virus for everybody to get to know. And also if you're a part of the United States Reserve Corps and you don't really like working with particular other nationalities, I'm requesting you to leave and leave immediately, because we don't have time for this kind of ignorance here in the Corps. That's the message I'm leaving for today. God bless you and have a great day.